Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Beer, race number 10 at Woodbine on Pattison Canadian International Saturday is the co-feature. It's the Grade 1 EP Taylor Stakes for fillies and mares going 1.25 miles. Bet the race, bet the card with a DRF Bets account. You'll find all the information at bets.drf.com, but I can tell you when you sign up, you get a 300% deposit match. Here's the feel for the prestigious EP Taylor. $500,000 is the purse, full of European imports. Chad Brown is the 2 morning line favorites. He's also got a Euro, but let's start with his domestic runners. The number 2, Santa Monica, loves Woodbine, as evidenced by her victory in the Grade 2 Dance Smartly 2 starts back. She ran down another brown horse in Flexibility to win. She was taken a little bit out of her game, I thought, last time out in the Grade 2 Glens Falls. She's mostly a one-run closer. That race was controlled up front by Lady Montour through glacial fractions, and Jose Ortiz, I think, had to use this horse a little bit early. Yeah, I mean, he did. He had to get her closer to the pace, which was the right thing to do in that race, because they were just walking in there. He chased a really sharp horse home in there, second best. Nothing wrong with that performance, I suppose. You know, I know that she won over this turf course too back then. It's hard for me to get, super excited about that race. It wasn't a strong field. The race set up perfectly for her with a strong pace out in front. She runs down in Flexibility, who's just not that good. I get why she's the favorite in this race, but I'm not betting her as the favorite. She finished ahead of a horse in the Glens Falls that came back to run second in the Flower Bowl last week with the 101 Buyer. That horse pace compromised as well. Let's talk about Elysia's World. I'm not sure 1.25 miles is really her best game, but I think Chad's been brilliant in spotting her at Monmouth in the last 2 races. Races where she really fit. 1.125 miles hits her right between the eyes, but it just seems to me that she's taking a pretty big step up in class here as well as distance. I'm not sure 7-2 is a great value. It's not. I agree with all those things, though. I mean, this is sort of the right thing for him to do, because she's a filly who's always will show up and run her race, but she just could never win. 0 for 9 last year. He's gotten her 3 graded stakes wins this year. He deserves a lot of credit for that. Now they're going to take a bigger shot at a Grade 1. It's not a field full of superstars. I feel like it's the right time to do it. I'm just not sure she's that good. 7-2, not for me. Let's talk about some of the European interests, beginning with the rail horse, the German-bred Sky Full of Stars. Pulled off a big upset in a Group 2 last time out, going 1.5 miles. We often talk about it on these shows, that if you're rating European racing, it's France first, then Britain and Ireland, and then you go to Germany, Italy, etc. Sky Full of Stars, I think, has found a tough spot. They're taking a shot. Yeah, they're taking a shot. She was a big price last time when she pulled off the upset. She'll be a big price in this race, too. Chikorika's stepping up in class. This is a 3-year-old daughter of Shamar Dow, only off the board once in her career. Not sure she beat a strong field last time out in that John Musker Stakes at Yarmouth, but it was the first time they ever stretched her out, and maybe she's found her niche at 10 furlongs or longer. Yeah, aren't you sort of looking at her that? I mean, I'm sort of looking at her that way. It feels like maybe, you can look at all her races prior to that where she just kept burning money, going off at short prices and not really getting it done. It does feel like she took a step forward last time, and maybe that's what she wanted all along. I don't think she beat a good field in that race. When you go back and pull the replay, the horse she was stalking on the lead just totally fell apart in the stretch and just left her sort of like all alone out in front, and she did what she had to do from there. There wasn't a lot of running going on behind her. This will be her Group Stakes debut in start number 8. The 5 Golden Legend handled a Group 3 race in France last time out, and that was beating the boys. For a trainer that finished 3rd in this race way back in 2016 with a 21-1 shot, so they know how to ship. This horse can handle a little bit of give on the ground. She's a 4-year-old facing several 3-year-old contemporaries coming from Europe. It looks like she's in good form right now, but I think the ground, the wetter the better. Yeah, I think those things are probably all true. She's pretty good, though. I mean, her races last year, they were all pretty good. She's come back for her 5 starts this year. I think she's run well in all of those races. She's probably not a Group 1 type over there. I think she fits really well in this race, though. Proctor's Ledge is the number 9. She's one of your favorites, but I think we have questions about whether she'll go the 1.25 miles. Last time out in the Ballston Spa, you could argue she was pace compromised. Listen, Cadura just went right to the front, Hawksmoor chased, and they ran 1-2 all the way around the track, and Proctor's Ledge really didn't have a chance. She got checked real hard in the Diana 2 starts back, which probably took her out of her game. On her best game, she is a rock-solid middle-distance horse. The question is, at 1.25 miles, can she be as effective against the stout Europeans.
I don't know. I don't know if she really wants to go this far. I will say I've always liked her. I've never really looked at her and thought, oh, they should try and stretch her out at some point, see if she'll go longer. She doesn't strike me as that kind of horse, but I'm not opposed to them trying it in this race. Her last race, I'm just going to sort of put a line through it. How was she supposed to? She didn't run that great in there, but how was she supposed to win? She had the trouble you mentioned of the Diana. I think she's good, Dan. If she's a big price in this race, I got to use her somewhere because I think she fits okay in this race.
Mark Cassidy sends out the 6 Summer Luck. She needed a confidence boost. She got it last time out of Kentucky Downs, dropping into a very weak non-winners of 2 other than race, and she scored over the European configuration. She's yet to buy her 90. She is facing world-class competition. She might be in too tough.
Maybe that race at Kentucky Downs last time is a lot better than it looks, but it's going to have to be.
Let's take a look at our top selections for the Grade 1 E.P. Taylor Stakes, because we're going to try to beat the morning line favorites, and you're going to do it with Chad's 3rd horse. That's the 3-year-old filly Polara, making her North American debut. The horse she beat last time out at Chantilly is a good one. She came back to win a Group 2 stakes race, and I like the way Polara dispatched of her in only start number 3.
Yeah, I mean, so far, who knows? She's a 3-year-old filly with only 3 starts behind her, so they're kind of asking a lot of her in this race, but just seems like confident placing to me. She not only did she beat a good horse last time, she beat her after spending most of the stretch just trying to get out from behind. She just had nowhere to go in the stretch. She finally forced her way between, and it was all over from there. It was a really impressive win. You know what, Dan, this was just one of those races where I just don't really like anybody else. I don't think this is that good a field. I'm going to try this horse. Is she going to be 6-1 in there? If she is, I could bet her. I wouldn't be surprised if she takes more money.
Is there a chance that 1.25 miles is actually short?
Could be short for her, yeah.
Because, she really seems like she's bred to run all day long, but she was very visually impressive. And again, just consider, it was only start number 3, and she had to overcome all of those things. Starship Jubilee may be up against it from a distance and class standpoint, and no, I don't really believe she ran that about 1 mile and 1/8 and 142 and change last time out in the Canadian, nor am I sure about that 104 buyer speed figure. She got a great ride from Luis Contreras. She broke to the top, Louis took her all the way back, there was pace, she came running. But when she gets good, she has a tendency to stay good for a couple of races. She's won 11 of 23 in her career. She has actually won at the 1.25 miles against weaker company. And you'll notice that we didn't put up a Timeform US pace projector for this race because with all the European entrants, who knows who's going to the front?
Right.
This mare has shown speed in the past. I think this time Contreras goes to the front, controls the pace, and we'll see at 8-1 on the morning line if she can last the distance.
It would be a smart thing for them to do, to put her on the front. So, she actually ran well in this race. Not in this race, at 1.25 miles last year. She got nailed on the wire for a dead heat, but she ran well at the distance, so I think she'll get it. I don't know, Dan. I think she's good. I'm with you. It sort of feels to me like last time was the time because that was such a bad field. We talked about it on the stakes preview. The 2 Chad horses that she beat just aren't that good. That was the right time to have her, but she's going to be a price again in this race.
She'll be a price again. Mike's going to go with the 3 Polara. New face for Chad Brown. I'm going to go 7, 3, 4, and 9 in the Grade 1 E.P. Taylor Stakes, the co-feature at Woodbine on Saturday. You're going to want to bet the card, and you're going to want to bet it with cash. So when you sign up for DRF Bets, you get a 300% deposit match. Deposit 50, bet with 200. Learn more at bets.drf.com. Approximate post time for the E.P. Taylor, 6:18 Eastern. Good luck.